That took much too long for my liking. Is everyone finally here?
Freeman is missing, Mother Superior.
Say nothing more! Your lack of discipline has reached a level that I can no longer tolerate. From now on, all games on the convent grounds are forbidden. And until further notice, there will be no more dessert, and bedtime will be moved up by an hour. And in case you're wondering, it is the bad behavior of one specific student that has led me to take these measures. In my helplessness, I even decided to call on an expert for help. He's a renowned psychologist who will restore discipline and order here in the convent. The examination will take place this evening. The doctor will drive the mischief out of you once and for all. And I can guarantee this much. It won't be a pleasant experience.
A psychological examination? Oh, Lily, I'm sure this is all about me. I desperately need a plan. Meet me near the beds. I'll need your help.
You have the rest of the day off to think about what you've done wrong. I'd better not hear that you've used the time to create more mischief, and... Lily, I'm expecting you in my office, now! I'm very disappointed in you, Lily. Can you ever do anything right? Not another word. Your constant excuses just make me even angrier. And now just don't stand around like an idiot. Well, get a move on. Feed the cat. Can't you see how emaciated Lumpy has gotten again? Oh, stupid child! Stop! What on earth are you doing? Bad, Lily. Very, very bad. You should really know that Lumpy doesn't eat regular cat food. But you've disappointed me for the last time. Here's the recipe for the right cat food. Bring it to Doris, the lunch lady. It contains exact instructions for preparing Lumpy's food. Doris can also find my lunch order for today on there too. Do you understand?
Uh-huh.
And now, get out. I have to prepare for Dr. Marcel's arrival. I'm hoping that his new method of correcting character flaws will save me this kind of trouble in the future.
Uh-huh. Gerret was already there. Lily watched how her slippery fellow student disappeared into the chapel. After him!
You must... You must not lie.
Who do we have here, then? Creepy Lily. How did it go with Mother Superior?
Leave her alone, Shawnee.
Only if she admits that all this trouble is her fault. We're not getting any dessert? That's right, Memphis. And we can't play outside anymore either. Is it asking too much to want to know why?
Stop picking on her. You don't really think that Lily, of all people, has done something wrong, do you? She's just not cool enough for that.
Exactly. She's such a good girl. She rakes, she cleans, she cooks. It's disgusting and dangerous because somehow it always ends in a disaster. Isn't that right, Lily? Ever since you came to the convent, it's been one strange accident after another. I hardly dare get out of bed anymore. But none of this is your fault, is it? After all, you only do what you're told. I'm sure you're even running an errand for Mother Superior right now. Let's see what you've got there.
Shawnee!
Aha! I knew it! A recipe from Mother Superior. Well, I think I'll hold on to it for now. Let's see how Mother Superior likes having to wait for her food. And this time, our sweet Lily can face the music all by herself. Ha 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 ha! Let's go, guys. We're off.
You're impossible.
What's this? Where had Gerret gone? The chapel didn't have a second exit. The good old confession booth. Lily had been coming here often since the self-flagellation had stopped working. Lily spent a lot of time in the confession booth. Only she knew what she mumbled during those long hours. At least ever since the father who took her confessions had died of a heart attack.
Huh? Wait. No, nothing. I thought I detected a resonance echo in the floor. And where there's a resonance echo in a floor, the hollow space can't be far. A crypt. Or a hidden pool salon for Templars with outrageously hip hairstyles.
What?
Your question is completely justified. What would Templars be doing in a pool salon? It's just one of the countless mysteries surrounding the Templars. Where did they come from? Where did they go? Did they get a group discount ticket for their journey? And who was their hairstylist? There is just one answer to all these questions. The Great Church Conspiracy. And we can be certain that the evidence is buried beneath these stone slabs. If only I had the right tool to dig it up. Find it. Shh, for a second. Oh, great. If there's just been a landslide in the Templar's subterranean crypt, then now I've missed it. How the hell are you supposed to uncover church conspiracies if you keep getting interrupted? Just the constant stream of people going to confession is getting on my nerves. But compared to you, they're as quiet as church mice. I have no idea who they are. They creep into the confession booth and only come out when it gets too noisy for them. All that will be over with as soon as I have the right tool for my excavation anyway. Ah, very good. That's exactly what I need. Now, if I only knew where to drill. But such knowledge was probably lost long ago. No one is old enough to still remember the age of the Templars. Otherwise, I'm sure I'd have long since had that church conspiracy by the scruff of its neck. Oh well, I'll just start.
Damn! How am I supposed to work with all this noise? Hey! Frank! Frank! Ah, what the hell?
A surveillance room. That was the hard evidence that Gerret was spying for Mother Superior.
And? Are you making progress? Cool. So you've been working on your imitating animal voices number. You can tell me about it later, okay? First, we have to get rid of Gerret. I'm sure he's spying for Mother Superior. Before you say anything, I thought of something else. I think Gerret has a secret hiding place in the chapel. Yeah, a kind of listening station in the confession booth. This should prove once and for all that he's spying for Mother Superior. The question is whether we can somehow use this knowledge against him.
Lily actually had an idea. She would lock Gerret in his secret room. She could hardly wait to tell her best friend all about it.
Wait, I know. What if we locked Gerret in his secret surveillance room? Just pretend you want to give confession, and when he's in his hiding place, wham! Our trap will snap shut on him. Oh, don't be sad, Lily. I'm sure you'll come up with a good idea next time. But for now, let's get to work. It was my plan, so now you have to set it in motion. Wait a minute. What's that? Do you hear those noises too? I think someone's drilling inside the chapel. It's probably just Frank looking for evidence of a church conspiracy again. Dang! That could ruin our plans. If Gerret can't listen in on you, we won't be able to lock him in his hiding place. You have to think of something to get rid of Frank. Did you happen to find the plans for my time machine? They weren't finished yet anyway. How big is the microwave oven in the school cafeteria? Forget it. That won't work. And all my other ideas are a little complicated. We don't have time for them. I guess the easiest thing to do would be to help him with his search. Once Frank has found what he's looking for, he'll hopefully stop drilling.
Oh, a visitor. What a rare animal. The hawk. But I don't mean the remake. I mean the original with extra ketchup, please. How rude of me. I forgot to tell you, how it used to be. When the pyramids were built, I was the chief flogger on the north side. Yes, in my life I've unified. Unified Tibet, I said. Back then I served as a carpet beater under 3 different Dalai Lamas. For one of them, I was even there as a rebirth assistant in the maternity ward. It was very different from the year I was an interior decorator for the Mayas. Build a mythical sliding puzzle here, hide a few artifacts in dark alcoves over there. Oh yes, I was building secret crypts when you were still in the indie band Inquisition Overload. But it flopped, unfortunately. The time wasn't right for that kind of music. Plus, our drummer had the plague. I got old. So old that all I'm good for now is as an exhibition piece for history I'll get to that in a moment. First, I wanted to tell you, telling stories takes a lot of skill. That's why I worked for a while as an exhibition piece for history class in a convent school. I just had to tell stories about my adventures once a week. For example, how I used to excavate secret crypts with the Templars below the school chapel. Or about my time as a lighting assistant for the moon landing. What? I must have dropped off for a moment. But I was just going to tell you an exciting story from my past. Was it the story of how I tried to navigate to Cape Town and ended up discovering the Eurasian continent? Oh, I know. I wanted to tell you how I helped the Templar Knights build the convent chapel, right? I was particularly happy because I had eaten a banana. Or was I sad because all there was to eat was coconuts again? No, the coconuts were when the Trojan mayor gave me the key to the city for my heroic valor. Or was my heroic valor while building dikes in Atlantis? But I think I had an apple that day. Wasn't I a little more sleepy in Atlantis? And angry while building the chapel? Oh, what poppycock. I'm getting everything mixed up. Fortunately, I created a memory aid just for this anecdote, so that I'd remember the location of the secret crypts below the convent chapel. Uh-oh, someone tidied up the shelf. That's where the objects for my 3 E's should be. Emotion, engagement, and eating. Now I can't... can't make a fool of myself. Now, let's see.
A note was pinned on the receipt holder.
Dear, crossed out, Ms. Zimmelbach, I have to say I'm very surprised by the way you fulfilled my request to send me a pet for my students' classroom. I had a real animal in mind, one that conveyed important values, like a puma or a boa constrictor. But the guinea pig you sent is useless to me. I've pickled it in alcohol to save it for the dissection class in biology. Send me a proper animal immediately, or you will not have heard the last of me. Regardless, Mother Superior Ignatz.
Don't even bother trying to distract me, Lily. Unlike you, I actually have a sense of duty. You don't get to be Mother Superior's favorite by just standing around like a moron all day. Like you. I work hard to get all those honors and rewards. The only thing I'm missing on my path to perfection is the Golden Girl Scouts badge on a ribbon. That's why I'm working overtime, to perfect my embroidering skills. Mother Superior loves the embroidery because the pictures of animals convey important values. But you wouldn't know anything about that. You've always been terrible at embroidering, and everything else for that matter. Be quiet now. I just had a great idea for what I could put on the missing cafeteria banner. Damn, it's gone. Thanks a lot. Great job, Lily. If you want help, ask Mother Superior about a suitable animal role model. I'm already done with all my patterns. And remember, at this time of day, Mother Superior is always in the cafeteria, drinking a soothing tea. So don't wander into her office. We're not supposed to go in there alone. And hurry up. My grades depend on it.
What was that? You impertinent little slug! I can't stand it when people gossip about me behind my back! The youth of today is becoming ever more insolent! No wonder, with all the violence and foul language in the media! If I could, I'd twist your heads off one by one! Where are my canning jars? I need something to calm my fingers! Otherwise something terrible might happen here! I need something to calm my fingers! Ugh, thanks! That was close! Now take your stuff and get out! Now!
Lily thought this idea was delightful. The guinea pig was bound to make a huge impression as an animal role model.
At least this is a regular animal motif. But do you think it also conveys really important values?
Of course it did. Guinea pigs were cute and small, but always cheerful. Lily always tried to follow their example.
Well, if you say so. Come back in a few minutes. If you don't bother me, I won't take long.
Ah, Birgit has finally finished the new banner, but what's that? A small, dirty guinea pig? Birgit didn't really make this, did she? That can't be true. Can I not rely on anyone here? Just you wait. She'll get what's coming to her. I can't even tell you how disappointed I am in you, Birgit. This is the worst job I've seen in my entire career. But don't talk back. You are bad. I will probably have to strip you of all your awards, prizes, and Girl Scout badges. You no longer deserve any of them.
But I only did what?
Hogwash! Do you really wish to contradict me? I can't believe how low you've sunk, Birgit. A guinea pig? It's unbelievable! Your work is an insult to the entire convent. Get rid of it.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
Your whining won't make up for your failures. Just in case you decide not to waste my time with your ineptitude anymore. Here is a motif that's worth immortalizing on a banner. The puma. Strong, precise, dignified. A symbol of self-control.
Stop that! I need that as a template!
Lily would have liked to comfort Birgit. But on the other hand, it really was her own fault. Lily hoped for Birgit's sake that she would try a little harder with the puma motif.
Leave me alone. I'm finished with you children.
What have you got now? I hope it's a weapon for the battle against... But that's a real detonator! And it's live! You have to defuse it, Suka! Hurry! But with what? With the power of love! What? Are you... Wait! I know! Phew, that was close.
We'll snitch to Mother Superior.
Exactly. This time you really went too far, Lily. What on earth are you thinking? You're even crazier than I thought.
Totally un-gumbo.
Don't just stand there. Get that bomb away from us. Take it somewhere where it can't do any damage. A bomb-proof place? A fireproof drum? Or something like that?
It was the perfect place to get rid of the detonator.
What's that? What do you have there?
Lily could finally use the hairpin.
Does it have to blink like that?
Lily closed the door again to keep Memphis's hiding place safe.
Lily?
Something seemed to be wrong with Lily's ears today. She kept hearing all these sounds. Perfect. The hairpin fit exactly into the holes.
What? Do we know each other? I know exactly what you're looking for. An instructive story about my time with the Templar Knights. Unfortunately, my memory aid is still missing a few important pieces. If I only knew what the 3 E's for this story were. But right now, all I can remember are a few vague associations. 4, to be precise. As everyone knows, each different food creates exactly one emotion and promotes one characteristic. For example, I was never sad if I'd packed a few apples, because they always helped me be very strong. I could only do heroic deeds on days when I wasn't sad. On the other hand, if I was angry, I could never show great strength. Coconuts were always good at preventing sleepiness. On this one specific day when I was helping the Templars, I was neither happy about an apple, nor angry about a banana. But I also wasn't sad about a banana, or happy about a coconut. What? Do we know each other? Oh, wait. Wasn't I just about to tell you something? Fortunately, I created a memory aid just for this anecdote. Ah, exactly. Now I remember. On that day, I was particularly angry. We had just laid the stone slabs in the chapel when the Templar Knights returned from a secret meeting. They examined my work and praised me for doing a heroic job. Then they gave me a coconut. It was one of the greatest days of my life. Here, I even still have the book in which I wrote everything down, including the meaning of the secret Templar symbols on the stone slabs. And now please leave me alone. All this reminds me too much of how I once helped a little girl uncover the mystery of the secret crypt below the chapel. One day I really have to tell you that story.
What's the matter now? My goodness, that does look very interesting.
Uh-huh.
Let's see. At least those are the same symbols as on the stone slabs, but the pattern is full of gaps. I'm a pro when it comes to riddles. That's why all I need is a single glance to be able to declare without a doubt that, yes, this is a riddle. But the solutions page seems to be missing. This book is useless to me like that. Unless, of course, you have the solution. Yes! Yes! That has to be it! I have solved the mystery! Thanks for holding the book all this time. You're blocking the way. May I?
As soon as Frank stopped drilling, Lily was finally able to draw Gerret out of his shell. Lily crouched inside the confession booth and waited. All was quiet in the chapel, except for Frank, who could barely contain his excitement.
Wow! If these bones aren't evidence of a church conspiracy, I'll eat Tom Hanks's double chin. And what's that? Hey, this just keeps going. Let me just drill through this stone slab and... But that's a sword! A real Templar sword! It's incredible! Man, it sure is wedged in tightly. I hope that isn't a load-bearing strut beam.
The impact echoed through the entire church. Lily was tempted to look, but then she heard approaching steps.
It's so blissfully quiet. I can finally take up my listening post again.
Hey, what's going on? Is that you, Lily? Do you think that's funny? Let me out, now!
Lily felt uncomfortable about it. Locking someone into a confession booth was probably not appropriate for a well-behaved girl. On the other hand, she was doing Edna a big favor. She could hardly wait to tell her best friend all about it.